We're back. Another one of Mostly Superheroes after Kraven the Hunter. The last Sony Spider-Man movie without a Spider-Man in it movie has happened. We saw it at the Alamo Drafthouse at the City Foundry for another Screen and Social where people came out, won prizes, and got to share their feedback on the movie Kraven the Hunter. You're going to hear that in this episode along with mine, your host Logan, Scotty Scoop, and Andy the Giggler. This is Mostly Superheroes. Enjoy the show. That's right, we're here and we're talking Kraven the Hunter. I have been thinking about this movie for 2 nights since we saw it at Alamo Drafthouse. It's been sitting on my heart, and I've been watching the lack of box office results that are happening and the reviews that are just not so great. But we did see this with a crowd of people. Let's go ahead and just do a fresh hello and reaction. Scotty Scoop, how are you?
I'm doing well. How's everybody doing?
Good, man. We're back. We're doing it. And we're doing it like the old COVID style Zoom. We're doing a remote session just to give your Jeep a break, essentially, from your drive every week.
Yeah, it's a drive. I enjoy it, though.
And the Giggler, welcome back, buddy.
What's up? Sorry if you hear my dog eating his dinner in the background. He's obnoxious.
Your dog's eating, Steph's hanging. I love the views of your guys' houses. It gives a whole other element to the podcast. If you're watching the visuals, if you're like, hey, what does Scotty Scoop's basement look like? Like, is there a sex swing right behind him? Your guess is as good as mine. Is that a hammock? What am I looking at?
Yeah, it's a hammock chair.
All right, and then Andy, I feel like you got a lot of wall space, like maybe some pictures or something.
Yeah, I'm at my work desk right now, so that's just my that's my steps up to my second floor behind me.
Well, good to be here with you fellas to talk about this movie, because these movies, even though they're rough, they're fun to talk about. And yeah, we saw it at our Screen and Social, Alamo Drafthouse, December 16th, 2024. We did it again, and we had Team Jakey there. We met some fans in the community, Scotty and Andy and Steph, and the crew were, of course, all there. And we saw Jenna and Steve from Team Jakey, and a few new fans that were in the theater. We got to hand a stick or two, say hi, and get reactions on the movie live as we're walking out of the theater. We're walking through Alamo Drafthouse at the City Foundry, just a cool spot. I know we all had cushy seats and really good food and a good time there. Then we get to talk about the movie afterwards. This is kind of what the Screen and Social is all about. We're so excited to do so many of these in 2025. And I want to get to those fan reactions. And I got to thank our sponsors, of course, Four Hands Brewing Company, Voltron, City Winery St. Louis, and Alamo Drafthouse made the experience extra special. I think almost everybody got to walk out of the theater with something for just that price of the movie ticket. And that's what we're going to be about too when we do these, is trying to keep your ticket cost low and get you more for the movie. So like you can actually walk out with something a little extra instead of like always feeling like you got to give a little extra when you get to the movies, you know. But when you're there, we'll be selling our merch. We'll have stickers. You can always grab your Mostly Superhero stuff when we're at the movie theaters. And with that, let's go ahead and hear with the people that were in the lobby after the movie. This is really great. Just a fresh listen to a group of people seeing Kraven the Hunter and talking about it.
Fan mail.
All right, so Steve Zeller, Team Jakey, said that it's a 3.9 out of 4.0 and that it went a little long. Is that right?
Yes, it went just a little long.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Could have shortened it up a little.
Yeah, I had to go to the restroom 3 times.
All right, say your name. What do you rate it on a 4.0 scale? Say your name and your rating.
My name's Louis, and it was like a 4.
Any thoughts? None?
No.
That was. He loved it, though. All right, Giggler.
Wow.
Giggler, what about you?
I don't have much good to say about that one.
Nothing? All right, Jenna from Team Jakey, any ratings? On a 4.0 scale, what would you rate it out of the gate?
Okay, I don't go to the movies very often. I would say 4.0.
You really liked it? What about you guys? 4.0. Any thoughts? Any
I
thoughts?
love the sibling thing.
Okay.
To me, having boys, I thought it was like he wasn't going to
Yeah, I feel like I was watching you two up there.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
I loved that.
I don't know.
Ooh,
I like the
one
action.
scene.
It's really action-packed.
Yeah, the action scenes weren't bad.
Yeah. They were pretty cool.
They were. All right.
The scene when he was in the dark and it was just his eyes.
And it was just his eyes.
That
and
was
line
cool.
eyes. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Team
It
Jakey.
was way better than I expected.
Yeah.
I really didn't know.
I think my expectations were low, so that means I'm coming out feeling good. It was
Yeah.
it was pretty
That
good.
was great.
If you go in knowing nothing,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah,
Still would have been good.
All right, Stephanie, what's your rating on the 4.0 scale on Kraven the Hunter?
3-2.
What are your thoughts?
Not nearly as bad as I thought.
Okay.
1,000 times better than Madam Web.
Yes. I think it was on me. I'm like, it was on
I
par
liked
with
the
Madam
main
Web. Like, it was just on
character.
par. It was like just as goofy of a plot. And
I'm struggling to find any,
I liked the
any
main
redeeming
character.
qualities even.
what is your rating
I
out
got-
of the gate? Out of the
My
gate.
out of the rate?
Yeah.
Out of the gate, probably like 2.2 out of 4.
What about you, Scotty Scoop?
I got to think on mine.
Okay.
I'll share mine.
Lila, any thoughts?
Lots of action. I think it was pretty good. I think it was pretty good. I didn't know what I was walking into, really.
And that makes it better, I think, too. Like,
Yes.
zero expectations.
Yes.
Do you want to share your thoughts on the podcast? What's your name again?
Jack.
Jack, what'd you think?
I thought it was pretty good. I liked the action, but I did not like the rhino design.
Yeah.
It was not good. I saw leaked photos of it like beforehand, and it was not good.
Nice. Thank you for sharing. Call that a fair share. All right, Scotty, you'll sleep on it.
Yeah,
You'll
I'm
tell
gonna
us. We'll
sleep
talk
on it.
tomorrow, like, in
Yeah.
depth about the story.
For sure.
Because I'm still reeling as
I'm
well.
having a lot of thoughts, like who's the villain of the movie, but then it's a villain movie, so
And then you're
maybe it
introducing
doesn't
new
matter.
villains. Craven was a hero, I feel like.
Yeah.
He's just a hero. These are spoilers, but whatever. That was fresh. All right, we'll talk more
Spiders.
tomorrow. Spiders. For no reason, too.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll say your name and your thoughts on Kraven the Hunter.
My name is Colt. I think it was an amazing movie. I like the fact that they're bringing in the comic book and they're trying to stay online with it, and that he's not a good guy and he's doing what he's supposed to. It's the dark side of Marvel. So I'm really happy to see that instead of him trying to make him into a good guy, because he's not a good guy. He's a supervillain, just like Calypso was in the comic book. So I'm kind of excited that they're following the comic books on this one.
Well done,
So,
fair
yeah.
share, man. Social media, you want anybody to follow you or anything?
You
Instagram, anything
can
like that?
follow me on Colt Tate at Instagram. That's on Facebook. That's on everything.
All right, dude.
So, yeah.
Hey, cheers. Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks, man. Cheers. Have a good one.
You too.
Hey, thanks to our fans. How about that? Those fan reviews live, and we can get reminded of what we all told each other right now.
That was solid.
All right, so getting it. Go ahead, Andy. What you got?
No, I was going to say that's the freshest takes you could ask for.
Yeah, just right out of the gate. I like that. Just like, what'd you think? Like, what are you feeling right now as you see a movie? Like, that's like such a good moment to capture. We'll keep trying to do it. So that's what you heard from our fans at the Screen and Social, always doing fans first. What do other people think of the movie so far? Just to get into some box office numbers, domestic opening weekend says it's at 11 million. International is at 15 million. Worldwide total around 26 million. And the critic consensus on Rotten Tomatoes is a 15% currently here on December 17th. Today the 17th? 18th. I'm always a day behind. Just like I can't believe Christmas is this close and that we're recording too. That's fun.
A week away.
A week away. Here we are, the week of Christmas, talking about Kraven. What a gift. And of course, this was a Columbia Pictures, Marvel Entertainment, Sony team up. And the plot of the movie follows Kraven the Hunter, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, as he embarks on a path of vengeance against his ruthless gangster father, Nikolai Kravinoff, played by Russell Crowe. This journey leads him to become the greatest hunter in the world and one of its most feared. The film explores Kraven's complex relationship with his father and the brutal consequences of his quest for vengeance. And also, I'd tie in there the relationship with his brother, a.k.a. The bad guy dad, his son. I mean, this is like kind of the love triangle in this, two brothers on different ends of this relationship with his dad. And man, that's the synopsis from all online. That helps me out because I was just struggling on the plot of this movie. There were just so many times where I was frustrated with the pacing and feeling like getting into the story, the full spoiler alert, that they do an origin story essentially in the first 20 minutes of the movie after dropping you into like present day. And then these flashbacks and location changes, just so many. I just couldn't believe how many places we were. It was a flashback, then a flash forward. The pacing was just all over the place to where the scenes were just too long. So I want to get into the story comic book wise. We had a new fan of the podcast chime in there at the theater and say like he was happy about following the comic line. Let's just go to you, Scotty. What's your reaction on this story? Like how would you summarize what they were doing in the story on this Kraven the Hunter film?
Man, I wish I could tell you what they were doing. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. The whole thing was messy. I mean, I guess they tried their best. I didn't really feel a lot of comic influence here. I really feel like the people who made this movie might not have even picked up a comic. You know, they might have just scrolled on the Wikipedia quickly and said, who can we use?
Yeah, and I feel like the only thing I could recognize from the comics, only thanks to the Alamo pre-show, there was like a part where Kraven the Hunter like uses in the cartoons when his first screen debut, like back in the 80s on like Spider-Man, it was a tooth with venom that he like shot like as a dart. I feel like that's the only thing they were trying to like bring in is like this poisonous tooth weapon.
I think that was like the late 60s. It was Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends.
Yeah, I love those Alamo pre-shows with a little help. I mean, this movie, you needed it. And then, like you said, you're not even feeling that comic tie-in. I mean, story-wise, to me, I called it on this podcast, okay? Radioactive lion, okay? His dad's a lion hunter. If you kill the main lion out in the jungle, you get its powers, okay? And if you and they find the lion, shoot it, but in the Kraven, as a young kid, gets bit by this thing, and not only that, but his blood, the lion blood, drips into his blood, and they show it, and then he's dying, and a girl saves him, Calypso, with a little juice, and all of a sudden he's Kraven the Hunter, and he can run barefoot anywhere, fast, and jump and climb.
Super fast, like a gazelle.
Barefoot, especially.
I will say some of the climbing and stuff wasn't too bad. The powers, like the action scenes when they were happening, were pretty cool.
I
never nice superhero landings.
Yeah, I never felt the action was out of place or awkward. I didn't get drawn out by any kind of bad CGI or anything when they were doing the fight scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think on that, that's a bright spot. I think the action was okay in this movie.
When I'm looking to catch the latest flick or indulge in a film classic, there's no place like the Alamo Drafthouse Cinema at the City Foundry, St. Louis, Missouri. It's where cinema and comfort collide, with plush seats, state-of-the-art visuals, and a menu that's a blockbuster in its own right. For you movie buffs that can't get enough, check out the Alamo Season Pass. For just $19.99 a month, you can watch as many movies as you want, up to one per day. It's the ultimate ticket for those who live and breathe movies. That's not all. The Alamo Drafthouse is more than just movies. It's an experience, with events that celebrate film culture, trivia nights that test your movie knowledge, and a bar that's a tribute to cinematic absurdity. It's the ultimate hangout for anyone who loves a good story. You can also book the Alamo Drafthouse Cinema for your private events, birthdays, celebration, corporate events, or even staple events like our Screen and Social. So whether you're a diehard cinephile or just in for a good time, join me and the crew at 3765 Foundry Way in St. Louis, Missouri. Dive into their showtimes and events at www.drafthouse.com. And don't forget to tell them Mostly Superheroes sent you, because every movie night should be legendary. Hey squad, Logan here from Mostly Superheroes, wanting to talk to you today about some real-life heroes. Team Jakey, headquartered here in St. Louis, Missouri. They're turning the tragedy of losing their beloved Jake Zeller into life-changing action. Not just by making a difference, but by saving lives. Team Jakey supports both the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention and Provident Behavioral Health here in St. Louis. Join us at their annual Gentleman Jake Memorial Cornhole Tournament. It's more than just a game. It's a community coming together to lift each other up with some of the world's best prizes. If you're feeling down or know someone who is, Team Jakey's here with a message of hope. Reach out by calling 988. You can also visit www.afsp.org or text TALK to 741-741. You're not alone, and there's always a way forward. Someone's waiting for your call or text message. Search for Team Jakey on Facebook and learn more at www.mostlysuperheroes.com/give. Every bit helps, and together, we can make a difference. Hey Mostly Superheroes fans, it's Logan here, and I've got the perfect spot for your next night out. City Winery, St. Louis. Imagine this: intimate shows with your favorite artist, world-class wine crafted right here, and great food that'll make your taste buds dance. Whether you're catching a live concert in their cozy listening room or planning an unforgettable private event, City Winery St. Louis has got you covered. It's the ultimate blend of music, wine, and dining, all under one roof. Don't miss out. Check out their full show calendar and book your table at citywinery.com/St-Louis. That's citywinery.com/St-Louis. We'll see you there. Giggler, what's your reaction? How were you feeling during and after?
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. The dialogue was just super boring to me. There just wasn't anything that was really exciting me during this movie. I kind of spent most of it just kind of ready for it to be over, honestly.
Yeah.
That does not happen to me. I like everything that I watch most of the time, and this just did not hit at all.
Yeah, it's bad if like at least 2 or 3 times I went to myself, oh man, like that wasn't it? Like it's not over. Like that's not a good sign in a Marvel movie. We're usually like, please don't ever end if it's good.
Yeah, exactly. No, I finished Eternals today. Probably only the 3rd or 4th time I've ever watched it, and even then I was like, oh, I can't wait I don't want this to end. And
yeah,
I would watch Eternals again right now before I ever turned on Kraven the Hunter again.
Yeah, I love Eternals.
That's saying a lot. That's saying a lot.
That movie gets a lot of flack, but it's good. All right, so I would say also, like, talking about the story, like how I just didn't really understand what was going on. He doesn't see that Calypso girl till he's an adult, and then he finds her again, and it's like, hey, it's me. And she's like, hey, I work at a big company now. And he's like, I need your help because, like, I'm going to try to kill. First of all, he kills people that, like, herd and like, poach animals. And then he, like, is like, I hate my dad because of the way he treated me. He ran around. And we got that crazy 25-minute origin story just smacking the first fourth of the movie. Like, what are we doing here? And it was just so long. It was like, that was a little cheesy. That kid kind of like sliding down the tree and stuff. There were a couple like giggles coming out of me. I felt like I was like, I don't know.
I thought it was strange. He found that girl based on the tarot card she left with him. Just found her, but he needed her help to find other people. Like, I mean, you're the hunter.
Yeah, like,
and that was the explanation you gave to her on how you found her.
Yeah,
and now you need help finding people?
And he said to her, he goes, I'm the best there is.
Help me.
I'm Kraven. Yeah, help me. I'm the best hunter there is. Hey, I'm Kraven with a K.
With a K. Make sure you got that right. Write it down.
How do you get to a line like that? The whole thing.
Sony, only Sony.
It was cheesy. It was. And it was like, how did he, like, yeah, all she did was leave that card. And I guess he's that good, but he needs help with the rest. And then it was like, okay, we're running from my dad, but we're chasing my dad. And at one point I'm chasing my dad, Russell Crowe, and I get trapped. And they trap him. It was like a whole trap. They trank him, and we get that one-on-one fight scene with crazy guy that goes 1, 2.
Yeah, the foreigner.
The foreigner.
His magic power is what? Look at him. He goes like this. 1, 2.
Yeah, it's in the comic books. I mean, he's not a very known character. He doesn't have any superpowers. I think that power he has is a mystical power where he can hypnotize you for like, I don't know, 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's all he got. He would get like a little 10-second, and then he'd be like, I'm on the other side of you now. Bang. And like, that was his whole move.
There you go. Boom.
Boom.
Tricky.
You looking for this? I'm on the other side of you now. And then the other son that's like, I'm the good boy that stayed with my dad and didn't get bit by a lion, but I'm sad that my brother left me, and that's the trauma I'm carrying. He's like,
yeah, I'm not the son that dad loves. I'm the son,
I'm just his little
half brother.
Yeah, his little songbird.
Yeah,
just has him singing in the club.
Yeah,
and he can sing anybody. He can sing anybody voice. He can say any voice in the world.
And he did the little things where he would like repeat lines that other characters said in their voice, and he's dad's little chameleon.
And then he was. It turns out he was like, was he in on the whole kidnapping? I was so confused. I was like, was he in on it? He has a
I
gun
no, I
now.
don't, no, he wasn't in on it.
At the end, he's just like got a gun and he's like, gotcha. He's like, gotcha. I'm like, got who? Me?
Oh man, I didn't think about that. I guess now I got to rewatch the whole movie just to see if he was in on it. They really got us there.
I think that's how poor the storytelling was. That you're not sure.
Exactly, you're right. That's what the sad part is.
And then he chameleoned into Kraven the Hunter, and Kraven was like, "Oh my god!"
A little tiny short Kraven.
Yeah, just a little shorter. He's like, "Look, I'm just like you. I guess I can't make myself as tall though."
Yeah, it reminded me of the tiny Wolverine and Deadpool.
All right, what do you mean? Like, what kind of shapeshifter can't match the height?
Yeah,
That's
Mystique would never make that mistake.
It's like if he turned into short Wolverine, he'd be tall.
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh, look, I'm tall now."
Yeah, I don't know the chameleon rules. Not familiar.
And then how did the movie even end? Like Kraven's like, I'm just out here hunting. Was that it? It was like everything's good.
That was it. No post credit scene.
Killed my dad. He killed his dad.
Oh well, he did not kill his dad.
Yeah.
He left his dad
to be
for dead
with a bear.
With a bear, left him with a bear.
And he has like the power to control animals. He's like the land Aquaman.
I don't think he's controlling animals. I think there's a mutual understanding that, hey, this wolf or this bear looked at me and it knows that we're both just apex predators, so it doesn't even want to try.
It doesn't try with me. But it kind of seemed like he was like, hey, kill my dad, I'll get you a couple fish.
There you go. Some salmon.
And he just, that was satisfying. His dad was like such this bad guy. Like he was like the villain of the movie, I guess. But all right, final thoughts. Anything we're missing? Scotty Scoop.
This was every bit as bad as I knew it would be, but I somehow enjoyed it more than Madam Web. I think because with Madam Web, I was expecting something. I came into this one with absolutely zero expectations, maybe even negative expectations. And I will say that I had a good time watching it, knowing that it was ridiculous.
Are you ready to rate it?
Yeah, I'll give it a rating. Just based on having a good time. I will say Aaron Taylor Johnson looks good. I came out of the movie telling a few people like there's 6 reasons to see this movie, and it's all those reasons are Kraven's midsection.
Right. Yeah, he looks slick. He puts on that big fur.
He looks good. You see the picture down there from the poster.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks the part. If he ever came back to reprise this role, I would be happy as long as Marvel is in charge.
Right.
And there's a Spider-Man.
And there's a Spider-Man.
Can't do this anymore.
Like, stop doing this.
Yeah. And then, let's just sneak in a little hysteria vision where he gets his biggest fear, which are spiders. And that was
spiders. That was for some reason.
Yeah. And that was literally the only
never addressed.
They showed that in the trailer. And so it kind of made you think like, oh, we're going to get Spider-Man.
But yeah, maybe Spider-Man. Yeah, I would probably give this a 2.5.
And that's with a little good feeling on it.
Like I said before, the action was decent. The story made no sense. The lines, the dialogue were terrible. But I had fun watching the movie, and I think that counts for something.
The Giggler, Andy, lay it on us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give it any more flack than I did the other day. I'll stick with the 2.2 out of 4. Just didn't hit for me. I'm excited to hear that they're possibly moving away from this model. I think these movies just can't exist on their own without a Spider-Man. But Aaron Taylor Johnson sharing the screen with Tom Holland, like I could get with that. That's something I think that would be a good story. Like these movies I just don't really know what they're trying to do. Especially after hearing possibly recently that they could have had a choice to have a Spider-Man in these movies, and Sony chose not to. There was
no restriction.
That's very, very suspect. I don't know what they're thinking, but let's rest in peace to the Sony villainverse, I guess.
Hopefully, is that a hopefully?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you guys.
I don't know that anybody wants to see anything else unless Spider-Man is involved. They could have just cast a brand new Spider-Man for this universe and been fine.
Well, yeah. What would they do next? Even like, what's the next logical villain to go to? Like, I don't even know.
There's no logic here. The only logic is that they pick Spider-Man villains.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we didn't even talk about. I don't think we've even mentioned the rhino on this the whole time, and like that was.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry to mention, like that was probably one of the worst parts of the movie. Like that just looked so stupid.
Yeah, they made they made a character that was hateable, but like not the good kind.
Yeah, Paul Giamatti was the much better rhino. Should have, I think, a hybrid of these two would be much better.
Yeah, one where he doesn't make his powers just like every time he does it, he has to unhook a tube from his side, look at it, and painfully slowly change to a rhino. Like, what are we doing here? Why is this real time? Like,
I think they just decided at the last minute we're gonna have this have a rhino in this movie. Why not? Instead of a random Russian villain.
There's so bad that it's good, then there's so bad that it's bad. I think I put this in the so bad that it's bad. The fight scenes were okay, but I would watch Madam Web before I watch this.
Oh man, that's not good. I don't agree with that.
But I do agree with what Andy said more than that, which is like all of these suck to rewatch.
Oh yeah.
I do it for work. Like I do it for the podcast, I realize, where I watch Venom and I'm just like, even as good as Venom could be and kind of I thought was, it's actually not very good. Like you're just like, oh man,
yeah.
This is the best.
Forgettable.
This is the best that they could do. Like Venom 3 was the best they've done by far. And this was
just... I still haven't seen it. I know it's out to rent.
It's by far the best one. Like miles better than this. So I think I mean, people must have listened to the podcast, Scotty, because the last time we talked about these, you're like, don't give Sony the money for this. And people aren't.
Yeah, good. We did.
Well, we did because of the social aspect. And I mean,
yeah,
what a great night.
It's our job. We have to.
And what a great night. And now look at us, this is why we do it. And we watch this stuff so you don't have to.
Yes.
Like, this is going to be like a 15, 20-minute episode. Like, you're welcome. Like, we're just giving it to you straight.
Wait till it comes out on Netflix, please.
Oh yeah, you want to watch it at home when you just like got nothing to do and you're kind of on the fence. Like you'll be fine, and you can like be on your phone for like a lot of the movie.
You're not missing anything.
When you hear
Put it on mute.
When you hear action, like you could watch that scene, and those are fun. That's all you need.
Alamo Drafthouse foods saved the day though.
Oh my gosh!
Not nachos and Sour Patch Kids brought my rating up maybe like 0.2.
The chicken tenders were perfect. I'm not just pumping them up. It was so good.
Yeah, I had a burger. It was great.
Draft House will definitely be there more for Screen and Socials. So yeah, that's Kraven the Hunter. Sony, I'm glad just stop. And it sounds like maybe we're glad it's happening, and we're glad that maybe this can end. And if it does continue, pick up that phone and text Kevin Feige and do a Spider-Man No Way Home again. You can do it again. You have the tools. You don't have to live this way.
Well, I mean, you've now built up this stable of characters. If you can get any of these characters to reprise their roles,
you're set. This is what we talked about.
Maybe you're set.
It's like they exist. So yeah, pull them back and put them into a Avengers Secret Wars environment, and like we're having a good time.
I mean, honestly, I don't know if you're going to get any of the girls from Madam Web to come back after the poor reviews that it got.
Oh yeah, you can imagine like being in it and then you watch it and maybe you're just like, oh man, that was bad.
Yeah.
A fat bag of Marvel cash could change that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I'm down to see Morbius come in.
Me too. And
Kraven
and Venom.
And Venom.
Are you kidding me? I think we're all I use this term lightly, owed. I don't think we're owed anything, but we're owed this Venom Spider-Man fight. I think like you do 3 movies with this Venom, and we got Tom Holland signed up for at least 5 more films with Marvel for Spider-Man. Like, what do we do? I think that's maybe we're calling what's going to happen.
I think one of the big problems they're going to have is even in Morbius and Kraven and Venom, they weren't the villains of their origin stories.
Yeah.
There was always
that's what I mean. I don't know.
Worst guy. Like these, you can call this the villain verse, but that's not how they wrote these movies.
But I guess you could do like, all right, Kraven's out there hunting, and he's doing it not in a Spider-Man way. Boom. Like he's killing. It's like a Batman versus Superman plot type of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they end up being friends in the end. Peter Parker's like, dude, no one's known my name for years.
Yeah.
That movie's coming. That's coming. All right.
Kraven will track him down. He's the best there is.
He's the best there is. As he told us, Kraven the Hunter. I'll end with my rating. I don't think I said it. Definitely, even with the fun experience, it's only getting a 2.5 out of me. It probably would have been a 2, but that 0.5 is because the screen and social. And yeah, 2025, man. Captain America: Brave New World is in February. Count down. Mark your calendars. We'll be at the theater seeing Captain Sam Wilson America fight a Red Hulk. How about that, Scotty?
Man, that's going to be. I'm pretty excited. This has given me Captain America Winter Soldier vibes. You know, a little more grounded, smaller cast, more kind of spy thriller vibes. So I'm amped for this one.
Hell yeah,
for sure.
Hell yeah. And let's get any final thoughts or what you're looking forward to, Giggler?
I'm looking forward to another Creature Commandos this week. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I think it's a Weasel centric episode. It looks like on this one. So Sean Gunn's working overtime the last couple of weeks. I'm loving it. The show's very good so far, but I wish it were longer. I'm already getting sad that it's even close to being over with.
Halfway over halfway over.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm here for this show. I'm having fun, and Sean Gunn told us on this podcast, you want to learn about the Weasel? You're going to learn about the Weasel. And I like these in-depth, very James Gunn style TV show streaming on HBO Max, Creature Commandos. Any final thoughts from you, Scotty Scoop, before we wrap this up?
Don't forget about Superman trailer in 12 hours as well.
Superman trailer, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
So on December 19th, 8 a.m., Superman Legacy, the trailer, James Gunn's Superman, we're going to see in live action in a trailer, and I can't even believe it.
Yeah, we got a poster yesterday. We got a teaser this morning, and we get we had a teaser for the teaser.
A teaser, a pre-tease.
Tomorrow's the teaser.
And the pre-tease,
maybe a minute.
The pre-tease was awesome. Like the color looks really cool. The Daily Planet looks like almost like tied like to the cartoon, but like in a real live action, super cinematic style. I feel like
bright.
It's
bright.
Yeah.
The DC universe is bright again. There's hope.
There's hope. That's what this symbol means. I wonder if he'll say that. And Skeleton Crew, Star Wars, I'm loving every minute of that as well. It's just an easy watch.
Yeah, I caught up with that yesterday. It's really good.
All right, I'll talk to you guys for What If Season 3. How about that? I'm in the middle of recapping Season 1 and 2 at home right now, and I just love this show. So I think we should, if you guys are down during the holidays, we'll see if we can make it happen, like a live recap of those episodes. Either way, we'll recap them no matter what, because they're just going to be sitting on Disney+.
Yeah, I think I'm off from Christmas Eve until the 2nd. So I'm down for like a daily update.
That sounds good.
If we need to just recap an episode every day.
Yeah,
15 minutes.
The way they do the chapters and they kind of like explore a whole what if in one, it's definitely worth it. Andy, you can be ready for that December 22nd, an episode every day.
Oh yeah, I love that. I wish more shows did that.
Yeah, I wish that these shows we're watching right now did that. Carrie's like, this is hard. Like week to week. I don't know. I'm the binge has ruined us.
Yeah, I will say if you guys get time, check out Secret Level on Prime. 15 minute episodes, all video game centric animation. Man, it's such an easy, quick watch and some amazing stuff. And it's all out there.
Secret
Dropped
Level.
in two parts, 8 episodes last week, 8 episodes yesterday.
Nice. I can also testify that Carry On with the Jason Bateman movie on Netflix is awesome.
That's what I hear. I hear it's really good.
Concur.
I will say that it's getting like a lot of hype, and I think like it's pretty good. Like I don't think it's like insane, but it's a easy, great watch. Netflix
for a straight to streaming, it's pretty elite for sure. But yeah, I like that. Jason Bateman was super good in that. I mean, and then, Villain Bateman I didn't know I needed that.
And there's also the Ray Romano Lisa Kudrow show on Netflix, and it's called No Good Deed. And man, this is another good one. It's kind of like a dark comedy. That's what it is. It's a dark comedy that has like a little mystery of like what's going on, and like a family where Ray Romano is married to Lisa Kudrow, and they're kind of selling their house in this kind of rich Hollywood neighborhood, but they have this deep personal story where they lost their son in kind of this weird tragic way that seems like a secret, and they just reveal it the whole time. So that's No Good Deed series on Netflix. Definitely would recommend it.
Nice.
All right, guys, that'll do it. Fun night, and we'll see you around maybe some what if stuff. But if we don't, have a happy holiday and a happy new year. Thank you, Scotty.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Giggler.
Thank you, boys, and everyone else.
Good night. See you later. Take it easy. That's mostly superheroes.
Roadhouse.
Bam. Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Mostly Superheroes is proud to be funded in part by our sponsors. Mostly Superheroes is funded in part by paying patrons who receive early, ad-free, and exclusive episodes. Subscribe at mostlysuperheroes.com/support. Thank you for supporting your favorite independent podcast. Mostly Superheroes is an independent podcast owned and operated by Kerrigan Ventures in St. Louis, Missouri. Hosted by Logan Janis, Andy Hunn, and Scott Swearingen. Brand and creative by Carrie Clark Design. Music by Audionautics. Learn more at audionautics.com. Find more at mostlysuperheroes.com.